Welcome to Wrestling in 60, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic, where we present the weekend's best matches from around the country's premier wrestling conference, the Big Ten. We begin with our pick at number 7.
Wins has had a stronghold on this division for the past 3 years. Peyton Robb wrestled at 165 last year, coming down to 157 this year, looking to take down the alpha dog.
Deakin in on a single leg. Robb doing a good job blocking his hand, but Deakin's continuing to wrestle through it, looking for his two. Nebraska fans want that to be a danger call because Deakin was on one shoulder blade, but that's a pretty funky position to call danger from. Robb's had some good matches with Northwestern guys in the past couple years. Matt in the first couple minutes, that was pretty exciting to watch. But you know, Deakin's definitely looking to burn that purple N into his memory.
Peyton Robb coming off a win on Friday against Garrett Model from Wisconsin, 17-11 decision. High scoring, high energy. It's what we've come to expect from the sophomore out of Owatonna, Minnesota for the Huskers. You said, Jamie, the first time we've seen him in over 2 weeks. Last time we saw him dual meet against Wisconsin, winning 8-3 over Garrett Model. Looks like he has come back here to put his name in Huskers memories.
Absolutely. Deakin's another guy who doesn't want to win close. You know, he wants to blow matches open. He doesn't really wrestle to win so much as he does to dominate his opponents. He likes breaking wills. That's what he's good at. I mean, he's just extremely strong. Holds really good position. Just has really, really high wrestling IQ. He's in his short offense now, looking to reach around that left leg, score off this front headlock. And he doesn't get tired.
Ryan Deakin, 2 seasons ago in 2020, the national finals canceled due to COVID, went 21-0. Would have come in as the #1 seed in the national championship, 3-time All-American, looking to become only the 4th 4-time All-American in Northwestern history. But right now, with 45 seconds left in the first, he has Peyton Robb in order to improve to 7-0 in this season.
Just more good hand fighting from both guys so far this match. It's been a super exciting dual meet so far. I mean, it's got me on the edge of my seat for sure. Deakin in again, looking for that single leg. He's pretty extended here, but he's a strong guy. He's good at scoring from this position, although they are on the edge of the mat. And managing to collect both legs briefly there for a second, and he's in a good position to score here. He's stepped over the leg, and he's looking back for a little danger call maybe. Right away, just reminding him of where Deakin wants to put him. And he's out immediately. Deakin's really consistent on bottom, just really good at getting out immediately. And coming in right back for his offense. Like he might have stepped over his ankle there for a second, but looking pretty good. Refs telling them to watch interlocking fingers. That's been a recurring call this dual meet. Good snap from Robb, but Deakin manages to stay in position.
Deakin still with the 1-0 lead. Robb looking for that takedown, but great defense from Deakin, as we've seen in the first 3 minutes of this match.
Deakin only up by 1 so far, despite coming pretty close to a takedown on 2 occasions. And now he's in on a single leg. That's his go-to shot, his lefty sweep single. He's coming around. Peyton's working a deep whizzer. Oh, and he puts Deakin on his back. No score just yet. They're continuing action. Deakin's continuing to wrestle. He's got the leg collected, but that was savvy wrestling from Robb. And now Deakin's back in that same old position, over the top, hooking that bottom leg. Robb's in danger here, getting a danger call. Deakin locks in the takedown off the danger call.
2-point takedown secured for Ryan Deakin.
I don't know.
Robb looking to get an escape before the end of the second period.
Double leg. Keeping him down on the edge of the mat, not letting Robb crawl off.
Deakin still in control with 10 seconds left in the period.
Robb looking for a little Granby roll. Deakin staying tight. 2 seconds left. That's a good ride out. End the period.
At the end of period 2, Northwestern.
Only 2 minutes left between these two wrestlers. Off his comeback with a 1-point escape.
Robb looking for that roll again, but Deakin's got his wrist locked up. He's staying tight. He's got Robb extended. He's got Robb's hand behind his back here. Working a little arm bar. Threatening a bar and a wrist. Deakin's mean from this position, and he's definitely looking for a score here. Robb doing a good job staying on his base. Deakin cannot get overexcited. He's got to be patient here. It's a lot of pressure, and he's got time to work. Doing a good job pushing Robb's shoulder into his ear, getting pretty close to tipping him over at that point, but Robb doing a good job fighting back down.
Deakin has accumulated over a minute of riding time. Referee right there with them.
Potentially dangerous call for his teammates, admirable thing, but definitely no illegal action there. Just hard, mean top wrestling, which is, you know, coincidentally how Venz wrestled in his match, so he shouldn't be complaining too much. Stall call against Peyton. Robb. Deakin just suffocating him on top, keeping those wrists. It looks like Robb's trying to lift his head just to take a breath right now, but his head is firmly on the mat. Deakin really just putting on a clinic on top. He's got that armbar again. Robb looks like he's in pain.
Deakin has controlled the majority of this match from the top position, has secured the riding time point, just reached 2 minutes on top. Only 20 seconds left.
Let's see, Robb straightens out his arm again.
Robb's first point secured, given him by the referee.
And now Robb's on his back. Good mat return from Deakin, just ending on top. He's pissed, and he's letting Robb know it with a mean cross face. Robb's coming close to getting out here, and that's a little victory for Robb. You know, first period was real close, but Deakin put on a dominating ride. He's got 2.5 minutes of riding time.
Welcome back to Wrestling in 60, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic, here at number 6.
And now we continue on at 184 with Layne Malczewski, the redshirt junior with a record of 17-6. And then, of course, number 5 in the country, Eric. One of the best.
Poz.
Yep.
John Poznanski.
His record is 13-1, only a freshman.
He's a guy he's young, but he's comfortable wrestling in a phone booth. He likes to be, he's not afraid to be in close quarters. Coach Goodale said Poznanski has to get to the positions that he wants to be. Again, this is one of those matches where we have to limit the scrambles. If we take a shot, it has to be clean and it has to be a quick finish. We're stressing to John Poznanski, no junk. That doesn't mean junk, but it means that when we get to Malczewski's legs, we can't allow him to continue to get to those crazy positions where he likes to pick up cradles or roll throughs to put us in trouble.
Poznanski, 2021 All-American, his 4th 2021 Big Ten bronze medalist at 184, an 11-4 career record. Highest finisher for a true freshman at the national tournament in program history.
Mentioned Poznanski being 13-1 on this season. That one loss, of course, coming at the hands of NCAA champion Aaron Brooks. And now look at this. Malczewski comes up through the middle. Now what he's going to have to do is stay low and picks up a takedown, put 2 on the board.
Wow, that's huge right there from Malczewski. Michigan State encouraged by that.
And a big mat return. Put that
you can hear it.
B1G mat return. Shane Sparks, hello. Give Layne Malczewski the bobblehead for that big mat return. Oh!
Big, oh! Did he get it? Did he get it? Oh, he got it! Michigan State, that was huge!
Put 6
Shoulders,
on the board for the
palms.
Spartans.
The crowd is into it. Unbelievable. This place is to its feet.
Wrestling in 60 is brought to you by Defense Soap. Defend what you have built. Welcome back as we count down the weekend's best competition from around America's premier wrestling conference. And now we'll look at number 5 as we continue the countdown.
Here underway, and we are off and running. Wisconsin and Nebraska. Gomez, the transfer from Iowa State, the redshirt junior from Glenbard North High School in Carroll Stream, Illinois. Very decorated prep career, one of the top recruits in the country when he went to Iowa State. Injuries shortened his career at the Cyclones, but after a year off, he's back on the mat and off to a very good 2021-22 campaign here with the Badgers. Lovett, the sophomore from Post Falls, Idaho. Sophomore currently ranked 4th in the country and a 12-1 record on the season. Opening 40 seconds of this one, no action as far as scoring yet. Both these guys trying to get that feeling out process. Again, when you look at how close these dual meets have been in the past, you get the sense that this match right here could very well come into play when it's all said and done here tonight, deciding who wins this matchup between Wisconsin and Nebraska. Shot attempt there by Lovett. Nice strong hips by Gomez. And we are still neutral. Crowd starting to try and get behind, remaining in this opening period. Gomez, the junior, Lovett, the sophomore. Lovett already a 2-time national qualifier. Big Ten runner-up a season ago as well. As here's Gomez in on a shot. Switches off to a high crotch, and the first points of the match go to the hometown wrestler Austin Gomez, and that gets a big roar. The high school tournament series coming up here in a couple of weeks in Wisconsin. That state tournament, there's the escape by Love of that state tournament, contested just down the road, a few blocks at the Kohl Center. 2-1, a minute remains, and we are back to live action. Gomez again on the shot attempt. Counter by Lovett, nice reshot attempt by Lovett, but Gomez up to the task. Yeah, what a Big Ten tournament it was last year for Ridge Lovett, as the 7 seed made it all the way to the conference finals, upset Mirren of Iowa, the 2 seed of the quarterfinals, and Blockhouse, the 6 seed of Minnesota in the semis before falling to the top seeded Sammy Sasso of Ohio State in that championship match. Also an NCAA qualifier as a freshman. Final seconds ticking off in this opening period. So far, so good for Austin Gomez. He'll take a 2-1 lead and defer his choice. Year of competition at Iowa State. 24 wins. Got to the round of 12 at the NCAAs. That's, for diehard wrestling fans, of course, the blood round, the round that makes you an All-American. Gomez came up just 1 round short, but still couple of years of eligibility, and the way he's going right now, you would certainly think that Gomez would be a strong candidate for an All-American top 8 finish at the NCAA Championships coming up in March. Lovett, of course, as well. Currently ranked number 4. Huge seeding points here as well for both these guys when it comes to not only the Big Tens, but the NCAAs. Just you want to get as high a seed as possible, give yourself the best chance to All-American, and that's what it's all about in this sport. 2-2 after the Lovett escape, so we're even up midway point of this period and match. Again, Gomez deferred, so he will have choice in the 3rd period. have to think he goes down, especially if the score remains tied at 2 here in the final 50 seconds of this second period. And here's Gomez again in on the shot. Can he finish? Trying to chase those hips, the far leg there, pass it. Nice job, though, by Lovett locking up. This is going to be tough for Gomez to maybe avoid a stalemate here, although he is coming up. Lovett locking around the ankle, and yeah, I was going to say, most when you get in that stretched out, 9 out of 10 times you're in a stalemate. Nebraska will continue its road trip after tonight. They'll head east a couple hundred more miles, head down to West Lafayette for a Sunday afternoon matchup with the Boilermakers of Purdue. Purdue currently ranked 17th. That's a televised dual meet, I believe, on Big Ten Network. Oh, Gomez with the lateral drop. Initially signaled 2, and then the ref waved it off. I think that's the right call, but Gomez sticking with it. Let's see if he can finish the sail, and he does. Oh, with 2 seconds left in the period. You see Chris Bono, the head coach for the Badgers in the background, always animated. He certainly was there on that wild scramble. And Gomez is not going to mess with going down with a 4-2 lead. He's going to go neutral. I get the logic there. You've had 2 takedowns on your feet. Love it, accomplish Ryder. Make him take you down here in the third period. Well, we said this match could certainly play a pivotal role in the dual meet, and that sequence at the end of that second period could certainly play a pivotal role in this match, as Lovett avoided the initial takedown on the lateral drop attempt, and then Gomez came up to like a body lock and got the mat return with 1 second left. 1 second right now, the difference in this 149-pound showdown between 2 of the top 8 ranked wrestlers in the country. Mild upset alert here. This would be a huge one. Gomez has clawed his way back. A couple of years off with injury. I believe he started the season probably in the mid to low 20s in the rankings. He's climbed his way all the way to the top 8, and if he can hang on here in the final 45 seconds, he's definitely going to be moving up even more after knocking off the 4th-ranked wrestler in the country. Love it looking at the officials, lobbying maybe for Gomez pulling on his singlet. Not going to get any response from the ref. 30 seconds to go. Gomez of Wisconsin, a 4-2 lead. And a stalemate call with 25 seconds. Crowd here in the field now is getting on its feet, trying to urge Austin Gomez to a maybe signature win this season here at 149 pounds. 10 seconds. No cautions, no warnings, and there's the first one coming, but you'll give that up every day of the week in the final 5 seconds. A huge win for Austin Gomez. Statement made to start this dual meet, as Gomez has just upset the 4th-ranked wrestler in the country, Ridge Lovett of Nebraska.
We'll be back with more of the week's top matches on Wrestling in 60. Welcome back to Wrestling in 60, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic, here at number 4.
He's taking on number 2, Max Dean.
And how about that win against Bolzac on Friday night? Down 4-3, or was it 3-2, heading into period number 3. Picks up a takedown, picks up 4 near fall, and then like we saw with Starocki, allows Bolzac to belly down, shows the referee, they give the 4, and then he goes right back to it. So in a span of 20 seconds, he went from being down 3-2 to being up.
Was it 12-3 at that point? It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and ended up picking up the major decision for the Spartans. And Bolzac just had no clue what was going on. He was lost. Couldn't believe that he gave it up.
Dean went to OT on Friday against number 8 Patrick Bruckey. Won it with a takedown, 6-4.
Yeah, and interesting to note about Max Dean, he actually grew up in East Lansing. Max Dean's father, Dave Dean, was the former assistant coach here at Michigan State before heading on over to the Lowell Red Arrows to build a dynasty for that program. And then Max Dean followed his brother, two-time NCAA champion, three-time NCAA finalist from Cornell, Gabe Dean, to Cornell, where he reached the NCAA finals a few years ago with an upset win over Myles Martin, the NCAA champion from Ohio State in the semifinals. Look at this. Watch this knee. Cam Caffey put himself here, but also that's dangerous. And then Max Dean transfers from Cornell over to Pennsylvania State. What would the lineup look like if Max Dean was here at Michigan State? That would have been something. You would have, I think at that point, you would have had potentially, how this is something to think about. Obviously with the ties, I don't think Max Dean would have ended up at Michigan State, but I'm saying, hypothetically, you would drop Layne Malczewski from 84 to 74. You would drop Cam Caffey from 97 down to 84, and then this is where you would fit in Max Dean. And then you put Michigan.
And that's a back half of a lineup.
Yeah. And it's amazing. I don't think we can understate what these Michigan State Spartans have done this season. You keep in mind at 65, where you have Caleb Fish at now, or 74, either one of those, you would have inserted Jake Tucker, who was an NCAA qualifier for the Michigan State Spartans, came back for an additional year, but ended up tearing his pectoral muscle. So that's at 65 or 74. But over the last week, 2 wins, a win over Purdue, who was ranked, and a win over Rutgers. So a pair of ranked wins in the last 7 days. It's,
you know, we saw that they could get a ranked win on the road, but maybe that was a fluke. Friday, I think, proved that it wasn't a fluke and that this team is here for real.
And Cam Caffey's so difficult to finish on. And this is where he could go big. And again, Max Dean, they got to hit him for stalling. No. I mean, that's a stall call 7 days a week.
I think he made his way out of the ring as quick as possible.
As quick as possible.
Cam Caffey going right after it again.
And there goes Caffey picking up 2 for the takedown, and now gets the leg and comes. And this is where he scored the back points. That's near fall 1. Oh, as close as you can get. And that's exactly what happened Friday night with Bullsack. This is where he picked up, went double boots.
And it just kept snowballing on top of each other.
Yes.
The points just kept coming.
I think Caffey's in trouble here. This is where you just give up the 1. He's smart there. He knows the implications of this match.
They're working the edge right here.
They are. And this is where Caffey has to get off his knees. You're seeing Max Dean come up to his feet, and Caffey's working off his knees, go out of bounds, continued action. We go back to the center. Caleb Fish. Cam Caffey has to get out of this period scoreless here. Not only scoreless,
to do it.
Not only scoreless, but also stall-wise as well. 3, 2, 1, time.
Penn State fans weren't happy in that little break with how long he was taking to, I think, get back into position.
And Max Dean's a vet. He's going to stay low. And this is the thing, is he doesn't have to do anything, right? Max Dean just has to stay on top and ride. And now Max Dean is high. I think Cam Caffey's going to use this to kind of bit. We saw that he was a little gassed, and you're seeing, I think he's going to stay down here for a little bit, and you're going to see An explosive Cam Caffey.
Right at the edge here again. Riding time now in favor of Max Dean, just switched over. 1 minute left to go in the third.
And if Cam Caffey doesn't get out, Max Dean will win this match.
Right.
By riding time.
It's gonna be 3 or 4 seconds. He's up. And he escapes.
30 seconds left. And he can, and this is where they're gonna hit him with stalling. Watch. Even after Max Dean.
Take him out of bounds. Number 2, Max Dean. Down by 1, 15 seconds left. Everyone in the Michigan State side wants 2 points for Caffey right now. 10 seconds left to go. Caffey's just about there.
And Caffey keeps that in.
And he gets it.
Caffey ups it. Caffey with the upset over Max Dean. 12-0, 12-1.
These last 4 wrestlers for Penn State Eric were 44-0 coming into today. That's their first loss of the season. Cam Caffey, take a bow.
And now we'll look at number 3 as we continue the countdown.
He's 240 pounds. This year, but he's going against one of the best. A guy who scored 7 bonus points in the national tournament, 3 falls and a major decision. Of course, got beat by the eventual Olympic champion here, Gable Steveson. But this is a guy who puts heavyweights on their back, and we talked about this off camera, but he keeps them there.
Yes, he does. Yeah, when you go to your back, you're going to be stuck. And Mason Parris, Jim, 33 falls in his career. 33 falls in 79 matches. 19 straight victories with bonus points. The last time Parris had a victory without bonus, 2020 Big Ten semis, he beat Trent Hilger 4-0. That's a crazy stat.
Is a redshirt sophomore returning to Monroe from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota.
Really tough with the near arm far leg.
And
it's, take a look at the stance that Kerkvliet's out there with. I mean, not going to give up that right arm, right? His right arm, see how he's working with his right arm is grabbing, he's waiting, he's grabbing that, wants to have a hold of that wrist. He come to the collar tie real hard there, he's peeling that off. And that can get guys uncomfortable with their best shot. I mean, you want to have to be, if that's where you want to be, and you can't get it during the course match, you get uncomfortable and out of sync. And Kerkvliet's right it back in on a shot right there. This is elbow deep. He's able to dump him down and score. We'll see if he stays and gets the gives up the quick escape. So, good start.
These two wrestled at the Big Tens in March. It was 11-3, a major for Parris. Kerkvliet this season, 9-0, 8 matches, bonus point victories. And last year, 10-4, battled some injuries.
But he has taken away the lead arm of Mason Parris. You see that left arm? Is once again, Kerkvliet hanging on that wrist. See if he, a lot of times guys will go out there in their first minute or so, they're executing the game plan perfectly. And, get a little tired and you forget what you're trying to accomplish there. Right back in on that snatch single right there. Now he drops in, right, a little lower.
As the knee works up.
It comes back up. Here he's got a great position to do the same dump, all right, and collects it again. 2 easy takedowns here for Greg Kerkvliet from Penn State.
A little bit surprised he didn't try to ride for 30 seconds, but nevertheless, 2 takedowns. I really like those snatch singles, Jim. You don't get caught underneath, especially at that weight class. You don't want to get underneath and carry the weight of Parris.
Well, see, he's tied up right there on that inside wrist. That's the lead arm. That's the one that he likes to shoot to, right? Used as the lead arm. Now he dives in on the shot. Now he's going to drive through. So
great action here in this first period.
Mason Parris had enough of that. I don't care if you have my wrist. I'm going to shoot anyway. He drives through and ties it up.
And Parris's takedown in the final 10 seconds. Trip and return from Kerkvliet. A little bit surprised, as I said, that when he got that second takedown with 30 seconds, he didn't go to work on top like this.
Yeah, well, it's right. It's something that make adjustments. These guys will likely meet again.
Hold set. Red cover legal.
Kerkvliet, 4-time state champion from Simley. Wrestled for Will Short and gives the escape.
Neutral.
Really Short. That's a man who's a good coach. He's a NCAA runner-up himself.
University of Minnesota's son Jake wrestled at the U. Now coaching the Augsburg women's wrestling team. Jake Short.
Collar tie hard.
Out of the grip.
See.
This was the match I was most curious to see in this duel. Heavyweight. To see the gains that Kerkvliet's made. He's had so much success.
I think you can point to a couple of games, a couple of nice takedowns. Good motion. And he slowed Mason Parris down. And it's just something as simple as that little wrist tie right there. And he's got the tie.
45-second second period. Kerkvliet beat Tate Orndorff 13-1 at the national tournament to finish 7th. The #1 recruit in the country in 2019, Greg Kerkvliet.
Yeah, right there. See the right wrist tied up, and it just totally has been able to thwart what Mason Parris wants to do. He wants to be inside on that bicep and go near arm, far leg, you know, get after it, but he's just, the leg's not there, and he's not getting to that bicep, and totally out of his game right now. I've never, I guess, you can just really see where something's wrong. He doesn't feel like he's not comfortable out there, and again, left arm tied up again with that wrist right. Can he get up?
Slides a half Nelson in left side.
Good at knocking him down. Now they're hand fighting in there in that position. Now he comes back up to his feet. Good work here. He's got the hand split.
Skips away, 5-5.
Yeah, the huge escape.
My time.
Tough wrestling.
Yeah.
Being comfortable in those uncomfortable spots. Shot off the whistle there from Kerkvliet.
Yeah, there's a counter shot there, right there on it. Can he, in a good position, now he's going to spin out there. He got a little loose on that shot. Seemed to be a little bit bothered by that cut or whatever. Drops right back in on that ankle again. Now he's in a little bit better position to go ahead and finish it. We'll see if he can run the pipe one more time. He's going to step up with the right foot, step back with the right foot, up with the left. Then he goes to the sweep right there, and he catches Parris scrambling right there, collects the takedown.
Third takedown of the match for Kerkvliet. You hear the count, he'll work up 7-5. Coffee grinder position on top. Breaks down the Wolverine as Parris puts his head on the Resolite.
Yeah, just as we saw with Max Dean, you want to go ahead and try to ride him as much as you can. Make Parris work to get out of this position. And if you're Parris, you just want to ditch it right here. You want to get a new start.
30 seconds remaining in the match.
Nice front trip right there. Roll through that's not there. Kerkvliet gets a little bit of elevation. See how he's got the leg pinched right there? And Mason Parris is trying to turn back into it, really expending a lot of energy. He's got the legs clamped right there.
Time ticking away.
He's going to go to the far ankle. Look for comes to the far ankle.
He's going to hang on.
Yeah, he's going to come on the near ankle and look for the count. And it's okay to give up that stall warning with a 2-point lead.
He won this one on his feet.
Wow. 3 beautiful takedowns. The ability to get out from underneath. Stay in the top.
Now let's take a look at our pick for number 2.
2021 NCAA National Champion Shane Griffith of Stanford at the Cliff Keen Invitational.
Get out of the face.
He has a win over the finalist, Wenzel from Pitt, and so Kharchla proving that he belongs in the top echelon of 165-pounders. going up against one of the top 165-pounders of the last several years, Alex Marinelli.
And this is one of the matches that you talked about at the top of the broadcast, Tim, that you were very much looking forward to.
Good pressure.
This is our second top 10 matchup here in this duel. Iowa leading 11-6 over Ohio State. Ohio State hasn't beaten Iowa in 4 years. Their last win, January 21st, 2018, against the Hawkeyes.
Marinelli loves to have that overtie snap, working to try to find the corner there, working very, very hard on the snaps and the overties.
Hey, let's work here, gents.
For Carson Kharchla, he holds a big win over Cornell's top 10 ranked Julian Ramirez. He did that at the Cliff Keen Invitational. Picked up a 22-6 technical fall over Michigan's Patrick Nolan last Friday night.
Underneath those arms. Keep moving. Hey, keep moving in there. Motion.
You can hear Coach Brand saying motion, keep the feet moving.
Center.
You move side to side, work, try to push Kharchla to the side so that he can get a high post and a high cross, get on a single leg. Doing a nice job of controlling the mat area, Marinelli is.
This is merely a battle between two guys who are not looking to give up 1 inch on the mat.
1 minute remains in the period. 1 minute.
As we have under a minute to go here in our first period.
Stay on him.
Carson Kharchla took a medical red shirt last season. Back in the lineup.
Center.
You know that Tom Ryan is thrilled to have the redshirt sophomore from Powell, Ohio.
Carson, fake snap. Fake snap.
We got a lot of good wrestling left in this matchup. What a night for wrestling. Penn State having a really, really important win over Michigan, Chrysler, and Ann Arbor there. What about Penn State, man? I mean, I'll tell you what, they just keep coming at you. They've got a few new people in the lineup. Cale Sanderson, again, and gives Penn State their first NCAA champion since 1953, and then rips off 8 out of the last 12 years. I mean, just a dynasty, incredible program, incredible coaching staff.
Scoreless. Marinelli breathing pretty heavy there.
He works hard, always working hard.
Marinelli 14-0 this season, 1 pin, 3 tech balls, 1 major decision. And there's a point for the Bull.
A nice job of getting out, getting his hips underneath him, good hand control. Now trying to get that underhook. Working the head, underhook, looking to drop down into the leg. Always keeping Kharchla out in front of him.
Alex Marinelli, a 4-time Ohio State high school champion at St. Parris Graham, led his team to 4 state titles as well. He's pretty much been born a leader.
His wife, Mariah, the director of ops for Iowa, a great wrestling couple.
Stalk him.
And Alex Marinelli is just a constant. You know he's going to be good. You know he's going to be one of the best wrestlers in the country at 165. And ranked #1, this man is on a journey to capture a national title.
Trying to get that national title, and it's hard when you've been in this, a 6th year. It's hard to be in a program like the programs we're talking about: Penn State, Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan, and your body, holds up. I mean, that's an upset in itself. And Marinelli trying to get that holy grail, get to the top of the podium, at the same time keeping his body intact. And he does such a good job of staying in position. Great technician.
Well, it truly is a grueling schedule, especially with the Big Ten.
Week in, week out. Yeah.
No matter who you go up against, there are quality top guys everywhere. Final moments of the second period, a 1-0 lead for Alex Marinelli. Carson Kharchla in high school won back-to-back state championships during his junior and senior seasons.
straight leg go.
So two Ohio kids going at it. Alex Marinelli, though, donning the Iowa singlet.
Nice job of following through by Marinelli there. Good roll. There's Mariah, Alex's wife. Sweetheart since the 7th grade, since junior high. And now one of the premier wrestling couples in America.
Out of bounds. There you go.
It's a real important position here for Marinelli, for both wrestlers. Can Marinelli now execute just like he would with the takedown, but in this position right here, he's gaining riding time, and he's got stalling because he's not moving Kharchla back to the mat. So a warning on Marinelli there in that position. Right here, that's why you do 15-second goes in the practice room.
Kharchla looking to get away and get a point. Can he get it?
They step out of bounds.
Under a minute remaining.
Go!
And there's a point for Kharchla.
There's a point, but the riding time accomplished by Marinelli. So it's 1-1, and right now, if there's no other points scored, Marinelli would win. He has riding time, 35 seconds left. He's got a stall call on him.
Another match coming down to the wire.
If anybody knows how to stay in, hand fight, snap the head, stay in front, it's Alex Marinelli. It's the veteran going up against the hungry Kharchla, trying to accomplish a takedown, and he gets it at the edge. Big speed, he got around to the side. They go out of bounds. 2 points for Kharchla with 20 seconds left.
This place has erupted. Look at Carson Kharchla get 2 big points against Alex Marinelli.
Did a really nice job getting to the side and then driving through the hips and getting to 2 points.
Thousands are standing here at the Caffey Center.
No riding time.
Kharchla hold on?
No riding time. So it's a matter of it needs a reversal by Marinelli. He's going to get 1. He's got 7 seconds to get in. He cannot get through. Kharchla's going to get the big upset here at Caffey Center.
Carson Kharchla with the biggest win of his young career as he upsets Alex Marinelli. Marinelli undefeated, no more this season. That's a moment. That is a moment for Carson Kharchla. What moxie and determination.
Over the last hour, we've been counting down the weekend's most competitive Big Ten matches. Now, at the top of the countdown, here is our pick at number 1. Two-time Big Ten champion, and he won the national title last March in St. Louis. What are you expecting here, Jim, in the first minute and a half?
Well, I think these guys are going to come hard with some really hard collar ties. Amine is a guy who likes to attack the right leg of Brooks, and I think Brooks is got the same type of technique. He's looking to attack the right leg of Amine, so I think there'll be a feeling out process. But one thing I've noticed about the matches with both these guys is that their tempo doesn't go down, all right? It actually increases during the course of the match. Amine is an elite scrambler when it comes to, we saw that in the match against Romero in that match where he was able to scramble in overtime to get the win. So he's patient. He's a good scrambler. You get in on his leg, you're about 25% of the way there. And it's difficult to get in on his leg. For Brooks, he stalks you, he comes out in that wide square stance. I mean, and he just has that great timing on his reach to get to the shots. And he's good in this position, the front headlock position, to be able to go ahead and create offense.
Myles, Amine, a 4-time All-American. He's been 4th, 3rd. He's been at 174, mentioned 197 last year. Here he is at 184. 3-time Big Ten finalist. Got that elusive title last March at Penn State when he beat Eric Schultz in Nebraska 7-3 in the Big Ten final. No score. 90 seconds remaining here in the first.
You see Brooks taking territory. You know, that's his style. He's going to go ahead and march you to the edge. He's excellent at finishing on that edge. And as I said before, I mean, just very difficult to finish on. I don't know if there's really much of an edge. Each guy doesn't have a difficult time getting out from underneath.
Sudden victory to win last Friday night in Columbus.
Again, there's the ankle pick right there. Now he comes right underneath. again, you're 25% the way there with Amine. He just has that feel. Notice how he's setting a lot of weight back into his rear right there. He's got his legs spread out pretty wide. Right there, he's broken down a little bit, but you can see the strength of Brooks, and it's just be enough to stay on for Amine. But that's why I said you get to the leg, and it's difficult to get to his leg, but you're 25% there. He just has all the great feel, and that's why he's a great international wrestler as far as his bronze medal. But both these guys are elite. You know, how can you not say in a lot of respects that we're not watching, you know, the winner of this is a top 5 guy in any weight class.
And Brooks, 2017 cadet world champ. He was junior silver in 2018.
When I say top 5 guys, I say top 5 of all the weights. I mean, these are.
He's only got one loss. That was to Taylor Venz of Nebraska in the 2019-2020 season. 38-1 for his career.
Out of that, both up, out of the grip. Set.
And both these guys don't get flustered about anything. They're poised. They don't really. Sam was the wild man. He likes to, you know, he wears it on his sleeve, and Mike is more subdued in his approach, but the same things are happening underneath the chest.
Ankle pick there and a good trip. And return from Brooks, gets behind the hips, and just like that, he's got 20 seconds of riding time.
Yep, he's got to try to stay with him here, stay with it, but now he covers the fingers right there. Should be able to turn in. Brooks dropping down and going to get the mat return. It's not really a return, but enough action as they go off to get a new start. 0 match going on here. You want to test the guy in the bottom position. You want to get some dividends out of this, making him work hard to get out from underneath.
Had that left ankle scooped up momentarily. Good forward pressure.
Cross wrist ride right there was huge. Picking up that cross wrist is huge. Now he's got that half Nelson working on the using the forearm now. He took the bait. Basically, he took his hand off the cross wrist, which was the ride right there. Went to the half Nelson, and then Amine was able to get out of it.
So riding time at 51 seconds for Brooks. Amine with the escape. Our first tally on the board here in this 1-2 showdown at 184. Big Ten at the weight class, 5 of the top 8 in the Intermat rankings. Shot there off the whistle from the Nittany Lion, Brooks. Brooks, the 2020 Big Ten Freshman of the Year. First team in 2020 All-American. Beat Trent Hidley of NC State 3-2 to claim his first national title. Half a minute, second period.
And Brooks, once again, he takes territory. In his style, he'll march a guy to the edge, wait for him to come back, and work that snap position and get to a leg. But he is totally into all right with taking territory, closing the gap. He gets to his shot, and he drives the guy off frequently. It's kind of like you almost wish you could get those things in the middle of the mat, but you know, sometimes you don't do that.
Aaron Brooks this season, takedowns, he's got 45, opposition 1. Spent a year at the training center after leaving Hagerstown, Maryland. North Hagerstown, where he was a 4-time Maryland state champ.
Look at the cross wrist ride right there. This is the ride. If you wanted to say with that, say that roll attempt right there, jumped into the half Nelson. Right there, and I think Amine kind of baited him into that with that roll action right there. Faked the shot, wasn't really a fake, it was a committed attempt on that side roll. Gave him that and then was able to step back up with it. That was all great work by Amine getting out in there pretty timely. And he's good in the top position. We've seen him, you know, good set of legs, scooping up the near leg. Again, a ride out, he wins the match.
Yeah, has the claw in. Near ankle of Brooks scooped up. Yep. Gets the wrist. But here's Brooks working up. Great work.
Wow. Again, the effort that these guys put into not being complacent, realizing that they're up against the top level guy in the top position. That work with the hips, able to go turn one direction, come back, and just be enough to free yourself up. Good work.
There is some horsepower on the mat here inside the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor. 1-1, each with an escape.
And just the visual is bad, you know, for Amine right now. It's got a guy that's stalking into him. He gets to his shot. He's pretty good at...
Look at the hips there from Brooks. Amine working up.
Tell you what, nice job by Amine coming back up. He's got the leg hook now, and Brooks stuffs the head to the outside, but able to clasp on right here, get himself into a better position to score. I don't know, punting would be a good option here for Brooks, but he's going to drive back into him, and boy, Amine just battling in there. Got the elbow down on the mat. Look at him continue to drive.
The defense from Brooks.
Elbow deep, Shane gets up to his feet.
But he's smashed down once again on the shoe tops. The hip pressure from Brooks.
He broke the grip and gets to the far ankle. He'll score here.
Inside 20 seconds. 3-1 Brooks as he scores off the attack from Amine.
What an effort Amine put in to try to get that single leg.
3-1 Aaron Brooks. Wow. Outstanding.
Oh. Both men looking to score through that whole scramble. Thought for a second Brooks would be better served just to punt, all right, get the defense, but he looked to score.
We hope that you enjoyed this edition of Wrestling in 60, presented by Caffey Athletic. Join us again next week as we continue to showcase America's premier wrestling conference, the Big Ten.